Do you wonder why some people succeed and others they try and try, but they always hit a dead end? Do you suffer with success, whether it's with your families, with your friends, or as a personal or work goal? If your answer is yes, this video is for you.
Hey y'all, welcome to today's episode of Win the Day with Josh and Jimbo. Today we're going to be talking about and breaking down why some people can reach their goals and break through, and some people tend to give up along the way. In a TED Talk that Sinek gives, which I linked down below, he talks about why we purchase from some places like Apple, some companies like Apple, and why not only do we buy their computers, but we also buy their iPhones, we buy their music devices, we buy all these other things, and it's because we believe in their purpose, right? We believe that what they are about is important, right? People don't believe what you do, they believe why you do it. And so the same must happen for us. It's one thing to say that we want to do something, accomplish something, lose 20 pounds, make it into LSU, accomplish any of these goals, start a business, but it's the why behind why you're doing it. Why are you losing the weight? Why are you starting the business? Why are you trying to get into LSU?
Absolutely. So if you are a student and your whole mission is to just go to college but not learn, or if you're a parent and you are working out and your mission is to look good, or you want to look better, you want to feel better, but your mission is not to be a healthier you, then chances are you're not going to be successful.
We want to give you guys a few examples of how we, sorry, and I interrupted you, but how we take this and how we've applied this, so that way some of the successes that we've had in our lives, and also maybe some of the things that we've fallen short on.
Right. So actually, I want to piggyback back to my example for the parents as far as weight and being healthier. So just giving you my example, my personal example. When I was in college, I was maybe 215, 220. I was like my most fit Josh. But the only reason why I was fit was because I wanted to make mat for competition. I wanted to be on that floor with all of the athletes. So I did everything I needed to do to hit that floor, regardless. So after the 3 years, I had nothing else to get up out of bed and work out. I had no reason to meal prep or any of that stuff. So then at 215, 220 turned into 315.
Not 315.
It turned into 315, and I was huge. I was huge, and it was to the point where like
now you backing up, beep beep beep.
It was so bad that like tying my shoes was like 2 minutes, and I'm like breathing because like my stomach was on my lap. It was so hard. Or like counting the routine for the kids was like burning 1,000 calories for me because it was so hard. It was so hard. So I just woke up one day. I was like, you know what? I want to be a better example, not just for like my family and friends, but for my students, because they watch me, and I'm sitting and I'm talking to them about like making sure you're eating right. You're an athlete. You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. You want to be healthier for just you, not for you, but for your team. I couldn't talk about something like that if I wasn't living proof for them.
Yeah, Josh come through with a Big Mac talking about, you guys need to eat carrots. Hey, Josh, talk a little bit also about what it was like when you were trying to cut weight for being the 215 versus like how you're losing weight now.
Back then for me, I just, it was, again, like my motive was to make that match. So to me, it was easier to work out, and then plus my metabolism was a lot better back then, so I was still like eating somewhat good and then somewhat bad, but I was still able to keep it off. Now it's like I'm 31, I'm old, I'm like very, very close to walking with a cane, so now I'm having to focus on my metabolism and focus on like eating 100%. So now like I'm eating 5 to 6 meals a day, every 2 to 3 hours. So I'm eating a lot of like whole foods, like fruits and vegetables. And I'm working out like rigorously, so it's a big difference for me.
Yeah, I remember back when I was trying to lose weight or cut weight or look good at LSU, I was starving myself basically. I would eat a piece of chicken a day, you know, because I was 185 and I didn't have abs. So that's all I care about though, is that I didn't have abs, and that's all that I focused on instead of eating the right way, eating the right meals, having them healthy choices so that way I could sustain it. So the moment that I didn't have to do that anymore, I was out. I was like, give me all the McDonald's, give me anything that I could have that I starved myself the last 3 years. Give it to all. I started working at Domino's, ate all the Domino's that you could possibly have. But, sorry, go ahead.
No. And then also, too, I think knowledge is a big difference for me because, like you said, I was starving myself. I was skipping that meal that was right before practice, right after practice. I was lightheaded, just not eating enough, not working out properly. So now that I'm older, I'm educating myself properly and I'm making sure that I know what it is that my body needs so I can flourish.
Yeah, so our whys changed, right? So in the beginning, it was very vain. We had a very vain why. We wanted to look a certain way. And now our fitness journey has become a journey of life. Like we can sustain this as we go through. So that way, one day, Josh wants to become a onstage bikini model. And, he'll be able to do that in a few years. So I'm just kidding. I don't know that that's what he wants to do.
Not.
But check him on stage in his bikini. But that whole why is actually, I want to kind of segue into where, one of my stories is when we started this YouTube channel, I knew that it would be successful. I knew that what our expertise, what we have to talk about, like people wanted or people needed. So we spent about 30 years coaching kids and understanding that there's a need out there. But it's really funny is that every single time I tell someone in the last week or so, like, hey, Josh and I started this YouTube channel, and we think it's gonna be really great. We want you to subscribe, and they would say, man, you're gonna make so much money. Like if this thing goes big and it blows up, like there's a lot of money to be made. And while that may be true, like that's not the purpose.
While we're doing it, yes.
Like the purpose is to make our community better and to share our experiences that we only get 3 hours a day to actually do. So like, yes, it might be that. It probably won't. I mean, I told him when he said, hey, you guys are gonna make a lot of money. I said, you haven't seen any of our videos.
Right, okay.
Because we're probably not making anything. But if we make one person, if we can push one person outside their comfort zone or get one person to succeed and they come back and say, hey, I watched a video at 2 o'clock in the morning and I found you guys, that's a win. And so we're going to continue to keep doing this until we get 55 subscribers, 100 subscribers, and literally one person says, hey, thank you for that, then it's a win. And that's all that we're here for. So that's how I know we're going to be successful. That's how I know, because in a year, we're still going to be having fun making videos. And, there's no way that we cannot be successful, because I'm sure one of you out there is going to get something from our videos. So if you do get something from our videos, please make sure you hit the subscribe button.
And share with your family and friends.
Yeah. Also, leave us a comment, because that's our currency. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want to see how you guys are enjoying our videos.
And also, just going back, giving our examples, I wanted to give one that was a little bit more personal for me. And I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. Fitness is like your physical part of you. Like we all talk about, we want to look better, we want to feel better. And that's something that you can actually see, physically see. So it's a little bit easier to talk about. But mental health is not always an easy thing to talk about, because it's not something that you can see. And so for me, for years, I suffered with anxiety. It was really bad, anxiety attacks, left and right, second guessing myself about all of my decisions, just having a hard time jumping or taking that leap of faith and doing something daring. And that was something I always struggled with. And just one day I had a really severe anxiety attack after my mom passed. And I just remember just after it all happened, I was just like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of not taking those risks, calculated risks. And I woke up and said, you know what? It's time to make a change. So with that being said, I started talking to my family and friends about some of the things that I felt, and getting advice from people that are professionals, and just being able to take those deep breaths and take a step back from things that make me overwhelmed and just process it, allow the anxiety to flow through and just process it and make a decision on my own from there. And so that was one of the things I definitely want to talk to the world about, because we all suffer from anxiety more than we want to admit. So again, for me, this story is very personal, and it took a lot for me to actually talk about it, and more importantly, like talk about it to everyone, for everyone to see. And I wanted to encourage the next person, if you're suffering from anxiety, it's okay. It is okay. Talk to a family, talk to a friend, get the help you need, so that way you can win the day.
Yeah, and actually, if you want to email us, I'm sure Josh can share some of the stories with you. Our email is joshandjimbo5678@gmail.com. So go ahead and email us, and if you don't feel like you have anyone to talk to, we're definitely here to see that. And Josh, thank you for sharing something so personal.
Yes.
I know it takes a lot of courage. So we want to wrap up with a few more examples. When I first started my business, cheerleading business, 2006, and so this is more so for any of you that are in college, or if you're working a job that you might not enjoy as much, to give you a little bit of courage. In 2006, I was an accountant major at LSU, and I thought that because accountants make really good money, and that's where I wanted to go, because all I could see was, I wanted to make money. I took a job working and teaching kids at a local gym, and the first time that I helped a kid or a student learn something new, and I saw the eyes and the expression and the electricity in her face, I was hooked. I was addicted to that feeling of helping. I was addicted to that feeling of providing hope. And so I changed, literally about 2 weeks later, I changed my major to secondary education, kept the mathematics, and a minor in business, so that way, because I'd already had business classes, but I knew that that's where I needed to go. And so I was able to switch positions just because I felt that electricity that I wasn't feeling from my accounting classes, that I wasn't getting. And so instead of chasing something that was going to just give me, would I have made more money doing that than I'm doing right now? Probably. But it wouldn't have given me this opportunity to talk to you guys today, and it wouldn't have given me the opportunity to affect so many kids' lives. So I started my cheerleading company in 2006 with 18 students. I thought I was super excited. Made every single wrong decision you could possibly make. Was way too hard on them. Coached the way that I wanted to be coached, right? Because I came from the football background and I'm cheering at LSU, but I played football, and then 3 kids returned. Out of 18 kids, 33 kids. So 85% of my client base returned the second year. And you know what? One thing was, I never thought about quitting. Quitting to anybody, like if I would have quit, anybody would have said, you know what? You tried it. Good job. Way to go. Like you bow out, go be an accountant. And that's cool. But I never quit because of my why. Right? Like my why was I wanted to impact the next generation. I wanted to see that light bulb, that electricity in the kid's face. And so I learned, right? Like I asked questions like, what did I do wrong? Why are you not coming back? And I didn't listen to the negative people that told me that I was a terrible coach. I probably was at the time, but I just learned and I got better. And as I did that, I had that why to fall back on, and that's what we want to talk about. Is some people don't make it to their goals. I would have quit if I didn't have my why.
Right.
If it was just there to make money, if I was just there to win every competition, which by the way, we lost every single competition that we were a part of that year. But if it was just to make money or to grow my client base, I lost 85%. But the why never lost. I never got rid of that why, and so I kept going, and that was 2006. So we're 2021 now, and I feel like we're very successful. I feel like we're
stronger than ever.
Yeah, I feel like we're doing things, but I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have been there. So as we wrap up today, I just want to encourage you that before you get started, whether it's I want to lose 100 pounds, or I want to lose 15 pounds, or I want to go to LSU, or I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a doctor. Whatever it is, I want to learn a back handspring.
Right.
Like if you want to learn a back handspring, back tuck, like whatever it is, skill-wise, social-wise, I want to have 1,000 friends. I want to have 1 million followers.
Yes.
Chase it. chase it with everything that you have, put everything into it, but if it's out of vanity, if it's something that you are not going to enjoy the process.
Right.
Josh enjoys working out.
Absolutely.
I see him in the gym. Eyes, big smile, sweating, like just sweating all over the equipment, towels, but you know what?
My why.
What?
I love it. In the process too. I love the process.
Does it hurt when you're working out?
Absolutely.
It hurts, right?
Absolutely.
Dude, when I had 15 kids tell me that I was a terrible coach and that they didn't want to be coached by me again, like that was painful, right? When we were 100 pounds heavier than we should have been, that's painful, right?
That was definitely painful to your joints.
It is, right? I remember being like, hey, Josh, can you do a toe touch for me? All of 300 pounds. And he's like, baby, my knees.
No, absolutely not. No.
He is not point jumper anymore, but he's looking slim and trim now. We're getting through it because
But my toe touch is actually better now that I lost weight.
yeah, we found our why, and I hopefully out of all of this that you find your why, that you sit down and know that if you're adding value to others, if you're adding value to your life, if you're creating, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. You're gonna persevere. It's a process. So if you want to lose 40 pounds by May, okay. If you don't, then what? But if you want to lose 40 pounds because your knees hurt, chances are you're probably going to make that happen. So God bless. Hope you guys are doing a great job. Win the day out there. Josh, you want to send them off with anything? Yep, I agree with that, Josh. Awesome job. We will see you guys. Hey, don't forget to stick around because we got some bloopers coming up, and they're good this time. We got some bloopers coming up for you. See you later, guys.
Peace. Hello.
I'll just say mic check.
Mic check.
You got this. La 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 la. Find it.
Okay, I'm trying to like, I got this.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
3, 2, 1. I want Taco Bell right now. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you wonder why some people succeed and others they try and they try, but they just seem to start it over?
No, go, keep going.
Okay. Do you wonder why some people succeed and others they try and try, but they just can't get it right? Do you suffer with, do you suffer with mesothelioma? What's it called?
Do you suffer with mesothelioma? Dial this number, 222-555.
Sis, try it again.
Go ahead.
Try it again.
Okay.
Win the day with Josh and Jimbo, fitness, family, and God. Well,
God help us.
family, fitness.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you want to watch? Stop! Oh my God, bro! I'm trying.
Okay. Lives, needed this. We needed the. Sorry. Don't you have another one?
Oh.
Yeah. How did I not catch you falling over? Are you okay? Oh my God. Oh God. Oh man. How did I miss that?